Oh, right, everybody.
Let's go. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Current Call Podcast, or I should say, long-awaited episode. I know it's been a while. Believe you me, I know it's been a long time, Nacho, with school, with work, with different schedules, and the holiday season. It's just been really tough. But hopefully, we got everything squared away and there's so much we need to talk about. And I'm sure we're going to miss out on some key things, some important things that have happened already. But we're going to try to cover up some of the things that's happened in the past week or so. And I'm looking forward to today's episode. I'm your boy, the Spanish Fly, and always with me is my tag team partner, the best tag team partner in all of wrestling podcasts. Nacho, tell him what it is. Tell him what's up, man.
What's up, everybody? We've been found. Um, Sorry it's been so long, but we're hoping with the start of the new year, this could be the start of something new for us. Better schedules, making this some like kind of a more regular thing, so we can talk about one of our favorite things in the world, wrestling. Um, Especially going into WrestleMania season, Royal Rumble, all this new stuff, everything crazy going on. We got a lot to talk about coming up. But first, um, is there a certain way you'd like to start off the show, Spanish Fly?
So, Nacho, obviously the holiday seasons. By the way, um, Merry Christmas to you and your family. I know I said that on Christmas Day, but that way that the viewing family can see Happy Holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate all of you tuning in with us and checking us out. So, and also tomorrow, us Hispanics, we celebrate also Three Kings Day. So happy Three Kings Day to all of you that celebrate the Three Kings Day, especially in the Hispanic community. Feliz Dia de los Reyes. So that being said, Nacho and I got each other gifts. So we swapped gifts, but the plan was we're not going to open them. We can't open them, and we're going to do it live right now with you guys. So, Nacho, if you would allow me, I would like you to go first to open up your gift. But before you do, I gotta give you a this day in history. Although it's not technically this day, but because Saturday night's main event was a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to do something that had to do with Saturday night's main event, and I saw this, and I said, you know what, this is actually going to be great, and I hope he does not have it. So, Nacho, this day in history, it happened back on October 27th, 1992, a Saturday night's main event live from the Holman Center in Indiana. Indiana. There was a title match between two future Hall of Famers. And the winner of this title match actually won his first singles title in the WWF/WWE. He went on to do some incredible things in the WWE, and he is still a part of the WWE today. Any idea who could that be? By the way, it was for the Intercontinental Championship. The match lasted about 10 minutes and 28 seconds. The man that won the match won his first title reign in the WWE, WWF. He's still a part today. He was a heel when he won the title, then ended up becoming one of the most beloved baby faces. And he's still loved to this day. People absolutely love him. Unfortunately, the man that he defeated for the title is no longer with us. He passed away like many wrestlers, sadly, from back in the 80s and 90s. But he was a great, great performer. So, Nacho, any idea on who this man is?
No. There's so many people that this could be. I mean, at least the person who won the title. There's so many options.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
All right, Nacho. So what I want you to do is I want you to unpack it and show the camera what it is.
All right, got my little yeet, looking like a Christmas mom watching you open your presents on Christmas morning.
I hope you have it.
Ooh, I don't have this one.
Okay, so there it is. Shawn Michaels defeated the British Bulldog back on October 27th at a Saturday night's main event and actually won his
Wow.
first singles title. I wanted to get you that because to me, the Intercontinental title is so important, man, in professional
Hey,
wrestling. It's the workhorse title, and I really hope you enjoy it. Add it to your collection. Those two guys will ever be linked with each other. Shawn Michaels talks about that match to this day.
absolutely. I appreciate this so much. Shawn Michaels is one that I've been wanting to go back and learn a lot more about because I really know nothing about him. And I love his attires. I love his different stuff. And I love this Bulldog attire too.
Yeah.
Something I
Now,
always talk about, even if I don't know who the person is, if they have these stuff, like the stuff
yeah.
like the Ultimate Warrior stuff, you'll sell me if you have that stuff on you.
So, Nacho, check this out. The British Bulldog used to wear long tights.
Okay.
And if you go back and watch his matches back in the 80s, he used to be part of a tag team called the British Bulldogs. It was Davey Boy Smith, which is the action figure you have right now, and his tag team partner was the Dynamite Kid. The Dynamite Kid fought, I mean, Chris Benoit mimicked the style of the Dynamite Kid. The Dynamite Kid was the one that I can't say he invented it, but he was really the pioneer of the flying headbutt coming off the top rope. The British Bulldogs used to come out to the ring with an old English bulldog named Matilda. You got to go back and watch some of those matches against the Hart Foundation. Man, they were nice. Yeah. So then the Dynamite Kid was let go by the WWF at the time, and Davey Boy Smith just became the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. And of course, one of his iconic matches is when he beat Bret Hart at SummerSlam in England to win the IC title. And then Shawn Michaels comes and takes it off of him and becomes a huge star. We all know that. From there, he becomes Mr. WrestleMania. Iconic matches against Razor Ramon, the first ever ladder match in the WWF for the unification of the Intercontinental titles. So I'm glad you like it, brother. All right, man. It's all
Absolutely. This is why you were telling me when you saw me in shorts in the freezing cold weather that every time you see me in shorts, I remind you of the sexy boy.
Yeah,
I'll wear shorts no matter what temperature it is. I'll wear a hoodie.
You really do.
But I'll be wearing shorts. I need the comfortable shorts on these legs.
You got, ladies and gentlemen, you got some nice calves.
We might have to get a calf cam or something. Put in the bottom corner. People like these videos. Get a little calf cam for you. You can just see it flex in the whole video.
All right, you ready, Naito?
Ready. I don't have as much context as you. I got a sweet bag for you. This is something that I figure you don't have. At least you haven't told me you have. But it's something from my aspect of everything that I surround myself with that I thought you would enjoy maybe a little more than, I don't know.
Whoa!
I thought it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool idea.
All right.
Pretty cool gift.
This guy right here. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. He's actually family. He's actually family. 787 area code of Puerto Rico. Um, to me, one of the most underrated performers of all time. I would say that if he was family or not, he's one of the most underrated performers of all time. How good is this man? That when he debuted on SmackDown, the first thing they did was have him go over on the GOAT John Cena, and they put the title on Gali, Carlito Colon.
Comes with the apple.
Comes with the apple, comes with the black and white Puerto Rico shirt, which is the Resistance. That's why the black and white hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I appreciate this a lot. This is cool. This, this is
That's
cool.
cool.
This is cool. So, I appreciate it. Merry Christmas again, Nacho.
Merry
You're a
Christmas.
great guy, man. I'm super, super stoked with our gift. I hope you're stoked with your gift. That being
Absolutely.
said, brother, let's jump right into it. Nacho, what's our first topic?
We've got a little bit of we gotta tease this topic. Oh no, never mind. I'm gonna mess it up. Okay. First off, I got a little too excited with that gift. I was jumping into something we were going to talk about later on. First up, we are going to be talking about something that I actually requested to talk about because I've been dying to talk about this. I don't know if you're as excited about what's been going on SmackDown as I've been, but this new take on Shinsuke Nakamura, this lost samurai, this he looks like a Sith Lord that's been taken over. He's got red coming out of his eyes. Comes out with the mask, the mouth mask, and the full-on samurai helmet. He has been killing it in my eyes. And the fact that he debuted and shortly after, or re-debuted, and shortly after dethroned LA Knight had me almost standing up because I did not think he was going to be the one to take the belt off LA Knight so soon. The presence he brings, you can feel the presence he brings when he walks out. He's got the new entrance it's intense, it's dramatic, it's quiet, it's loud, it's dark. He walks up into the ring, lays the belt out, and you can. What do you think about what Shinsuke Nakamura's been doing?
From the music to the outfits to the black mist, the light. I love what Corey Graves referenced that he went away and was hanging out with his mentor, the Great Muda. Everybody knows the Great Muda, the master of the mist. He got that from the Great Kabuki, which was the master of the mist back in World Class Championship Wrestling. I love the way they emphasize on the mist. A lot of people don't realize, they think it's just green mist and that's it. There's different colors of the mist. The black is the poison one. The black is the one that will blind you. I love the way he had the interaction with LA Knight when LA Knight ran in the ring and he ducked and he sprayed him. That was amazing. I love the way the bloodline was circling around him and he grabbed himself like this because the Great Muda would clutch. He would take his fingers and he would clutch like this and he would spit the mist out. So when he clutches and he just starts letting that black mist come out. And if you saw, Solo was like, whoa, back up. And they're telling you a story without saying anything because there's so much history between the Great Muda and the Wild Samoans. So it's like if Solo was saying, hey, I've heard the stories about the mist, just back down. And he backed down Jacob, he backed down Tamatonga. And you saw Shinsuke just letting that mist come out.
He's like a lizard. He's like a reptile or something. Just like
so amazing. But what makes me more happy, the most exciting thing about all this is that Shinsuke is one of Triple H's boys. Like when Triple H hires Shinsuke from Japan to come to the NXT, there's a group of guys that is all Triple H. And Finn Balor is one of those guys. So that's why I'm
Okay.
so excited to see Shinsuke with this title reign. It, it makes him look very credible. Um, I love the way they're using him,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not gonna lie to you. I love everything about this, Nacho, but I miss the babyface Shinsuke. But I love
Yeah.
everything about this. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I love it. But I miss the babyface Shinsuke, just like I miss babyface Finn. But
Yeah.
other than that, Nacho, man, I hope they push him, man, because he deserves a world title. He really
See,
does.
he does. And for me, I don't think I saw any of Babyface Shinsuke. The most I was exposed to Shinsuke was last year, which he had more, like almost more losses than anyone on the
Yeah,
roster. They were
yeah,
really
he was
just
losing
using him
all
as
the
a
time.
punching bag.
There, Nacho, there was a time I thought he was going to leave the WWE, and I'm glad he re-signed his contract. But there was a time I actually thought, man, we're this guy's going to leave. And then when he had an interview in Japan during the time away that he was gone for a while, he had an interview in Japan. In the interview, they asked him, does he ever see himself going back to living in Japan? And he said, when I retire, I'm gonna come back and live in Japan. Yeah, but I'm not retiring anytime soon. I'm gonna stay in the US. And I was like, okay, but that doesn't mean he's gonna stay in the WWE. Later on in the interview, they said, when are you when are when are you planning on retire? I mean, they asked him a question in a sense where I forgot how they phrased it, but it was like, um, so if you're no long if you're gonna be a part of another wrestling promotion or whatever. Anyway, but the fact is that he said, if I'm not in the WWE, then there's no reason for me to stay in the United States. And when he
Yeah.
said that, I was like, okay, so he's not gonna leave then. Okay, maybe they're talking to him. Maybe they showed him what they want to do, a long-term booking or whatever. So I said all that to say I'm glad that they worked out whatever they wanted to work out. But it's good to see Shinsuke with that title around him. And man, it looks good, man. When he gets in the ring, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets on his knees and lays the belt out, the lighting and then the mask, when he's taking off the mask and that face paint and the craziness, man, it's so good. The music is so good.
Oh yeah.
But I miss Babyface Finn. I mean Shinsuke, but I love it. I really,
Mhm.
really like it. I really like it.
Very fresh, especially coming off of last year. They had to make him a little bit more of a threat,
Yeah,
I guess you could say, because he was a little bit of a punching bag. But
yeah.
another, I guess, great change to SmackDown
You know what time it is?
is Tiffy Time. Tiffany Stratton has successfully cashed in her Money in the Bank on Nia Jax. And let me just tell you, although in the moment I was a little aggravated and confused because the match was going in so many different directions, and then it ended. And then I thought, okay, it's not happening. Going one way. And then she starts attacking Bianca. And then she looks at the ref that she knocked out before during the match. Smiles, looking so confident, hands in the briefcase. I'm cashing in. That
Did you
match
think that she would
had me
win it?
so lit.
Did you think that she would win it?
Yeah. When she cashed it, yes. But I will say it was taking the announcer a long
Way too
time
long.
to say that and then have them ring the bell. I was like,
Yeah.
"What's going on? What's going on?" She already let go of the briefcase. They never. I don't think that they've ever had someone let go of the briefcase and then have it not go through. Um, I thought it was awesome. It's crazy to see the progress she's had on the main roster. She debuted, was it 2023 or 2024? End of
2020,
2023.
end of 20, no, 2024, right after not too long
She
after the
debuted in the
Rumble.
Rumble.
Yeah.
She's already a world champion on the main roster. That's crazy. I'm so happy for her. She's done the work. She's great in the ring. I don't know how much more I can say. I don't know. I think it.
Tiffany is by far one of the greatest female wrestlers they have on that roster. I didn't say she was the greatest. I said she's one of the best, and she's so young. Her moonsault is so nice, man. It's so nice, and she does it very well in the ring. Um, with that pop last night when the referee smacked the 3 count. Oh my goodness! I had stepped outside for a second, and my son said, "Dad," he yells for me, "Dad, Dad!" And I come inside, and he says, "She's gonna cash in." And when I'm watching it, it was still she hadn't cashed it in yet. She hadn't hit Nia Jax yet. But when she did, that pop, that pop in that arena, and then when the referee that moonsault she did, you could tell you could see the excitement in her body language.
Mm-hmm.
And when she did that moonsault and landed it, and then the referee came in 1, 2, when he hit that 3, that boom, I said, it's impossible for her to be a heel right now because she's so loved at the moment. Now she needs to put on her heel shoes and come out and be that heel and let her have a long reign. Because I want to see Charlotte come back. And I want to see Tiffany and Charlotte. And I want to see the GOAT, Charlotte Flair, take that title off of her. Let Tiffany keep climbing back, become a baby face. But let me tell you, I can't take nothing away from that man, that young lady. It is Tiffy time on SmackDown. And what a 3-hour show, man. They gave us a world title, the change of a world title. I like the booking. I loved it. I loved it. I want to see what happens. I'm sure that Nia Jax will probably get a rematch at the Rumble or something.
Yeah.
But
I was wondering if I went into the match I think Tiffany cashing was one of the last things I was thinking, but I was more wondering with Naomi being the one that was challenging Nia if there was going to be something that with Jade coming back. I kept thinking Jade was going to be the one to cost Naomi, and then the match happened, and Tiffy was the one that came out. And then when the match finished, I was like, okay, it was just a fake out. But no, they definitely swept the rug underneath me.
Now that you talked about that, in parentheses, before we get off Tiffy and go on to the next one, who do you think jumped Jade Cargill?
I think Jade was jumped by either just Bianca or both Bianca and Naomi.
Because a lot of people are saying, well, Bianca was already in the ring. It could have happened way before that. But my son thinks it's Naomi. I think it's Bianca. But
it could be Bianca.
I can see it being both of them.
Bianca was the one that suggested Naomi join her, but then Naomi wanted to prove herself to get the title. Exactly. So it's almost like Bianca already knew that Naomi would be able to take it and keep the.
And then you can also go back to the story where Naomi says, "Well, technically, I never lost the women's tag title," and they could actually have pull that shoot because her and Sasha gave up the belts and they left the company. So Naomi can actually say, well, I did that because the title's actually mine. It ain't yours. They could always go down that road. But I think it's Bianca because I think it's time for Bianca to become a heel.
Yeah.
I really do. But back to Tiffy. It's Tiffy time in the WWE, and I'm happy. I am super happy.
Chase did say apparently Bianca and Jade don't get along together in real life anymore. I heard someone else say that online. I saw people saying that online that there must be some kind of drama going on between them.
You know what's weird? I don't know if you know this, Nacho. I don't know if you and Chase know this, but you know, Jade isn't wrestling for the money. You know, she got money, right? Like, her husband was a phenomenal baseball player for years. She has money. If you take, give me 1 second. I want to show you something. Give me 1 second.
Tiffy Time.
She owns a couple businesses.
She's been teasing her return.
And it's alleged she has a net worth of $5.6 million. Her husband has a net worth about $15 million.
Dang.
So she's not doing it for the money. And there have been so many people I've seen in interviews that have said that she's like a really cool person. So to hear that they're not getting along, I wonder why they're not getting along. Is it Jade or is it Bianca? And that's why I give Jade Cargill so much respect, because even though she's not phenomenal in the ring, she's come a long way.
Yeah.
But she's doing it because she loves professional wrestling. Because she doesn't need to do this. She's a mom. She could be at home with her kid.
I didn't know she had kids.
Yeah, she has a daughter. So she could be at home with her kid all the time.
Oh yeah, they had her daughter in the crowd.
Yeah. Or playing in the pool at their house. But she decides, no, you know what? I want to wrestle. And I want to go out there week after week. I have to leave my daughter. Who knows? Maybe she brings her daughter sometimes. I'm sure she does. But what I'm trying to get at is she doesn't have to do this. I wonder if it's Bianca or if it's Jade. Whose attitude is it? All I know is that the way Cody talks about her, the way CM Punk talks about her, the way so many people have talked about her, it's kind of hard for me to believe that. But, you know, to each its own, I guess.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's interesting what's going to happen. Congratulations to Tiffany Stratton, your new SmackDown World Champion. What's next, Nacho?
Next up, this is what I was getting ready to go into earlier. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time,
yes,
5
sir.
p.m. Pacific Time, Raw, WWE Raw is going to be moving to Netflix. And I'm excited. I think this is
to Netflix and chill now.
Oh, absolutely. Nice way for them to bump up their subscription price in a couple months.
I hope
probably.
Not, I hope not.
Do you know, are they going to be running ads? Because I watched AEW on Max, and they still run ads on there, even if you pay for no ads.
Well, supposedly, from what the presser that I saw, it said that the commercials that they'll be giving have to do with WWE.
Okay, that works.
But we're going to get all of a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
So when we watch Raw on Monday night, when it was 3 hours, it's typically about 2 hours and 20 minutes because you have all those commercials.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to get all of 3 hours. And I'm wondering how it's going to go. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of backstage segments, but tomorrow's looking like a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's looking like a pay-per-view. And tomorrow's like a first night of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The way how stacked that card is. Do you have the card so far?
I do, but before we jump into the card, I do want to mention, because you did mention the timing with getting 3 full hours. Triple H did say earlier today, I think, or else past couple days, that the timing of Raw is not 3 hours anymore. It is flexible being on Netflix. He said his quote was that it could be anywhere between 40 minutes and 4 hours. I don't know how you feel about that. I mean, I don't know if I like the fact that it could be that short or that long. I think especially when you factor in people paying to go to these shows, if they're going to get a longer show, that's not really fair.
I don't know where you got that.
But
I don't know.
But the fact that, let me see who put it out. I think I screenshotted it. It was Wrestle Tracker. They said it could be there's no fixed time durations on Netflix, which probably doesn't mean that the show is going to be shorter. It probably just means it could go more than 3 hours if the match is going over, stuff like that. They don't have to worry about time constraints for matches. They can let matches be as long as necessary to have them develop themselves, I guess, rather than like entrances being cut and all this different stuff. But yeah. If you want to go in on the card for tomorrow, it has been said that Travis Scott will be at the show. I'm not 100% sure what time he's going to be there. He's probably going to open the show with Triple H or something.
Can I pause for a second?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm reading the article. It says WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque was a guest on the SI Media podcast, and confirmed what many been speculating for months: moving Raw from linear television to streaming giant. Will it mean that the show will no longer have a set runtime on a weekly bias? And he says, and I quote, "It will be flexible. It will be flexible, and I don't necessarily know the time constraint of the network television or cable television applies. It's slightly different platform," Levesque said. Much like many episodic shows, they had the ability to do whatever the show needs to have done. If the episode needs to be an hour, great. It's an hour. If the next episode needs to be 42 minutes, it's 42 minutes. It's what makes for the best product. Levesque then clarified that there will not be 42-minute episodes of Raw at any point in time in the future. That he promised that the show's length in a given week will be aligned with the company's business model. He was just giving an example. So just wanted to make sure we put that out there. The last thing I want is for somebody to think, 42 minutes. No, he was just giving
he was just making an idea, and then he had to correct himself before somebody ran with it.
Tomorrow could be 4 hours.
I'd be there for it. If it's a good show, I'd be there for it.
Hey, it's gonna be like WrestleMania when it started at 5 in the evening when they were in New York, and it finished at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. That's tomorrow on Netflix right there. There's gonna be a lot of people calling off work. All right, so back to the Travis. Who's this? Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. He's probably gonna be opening the show.
Yeah.
Or maybe he'll be like the new theme of Raw.
You think he's gonna come out with a title?
He could have a title. I don't know.
That hardcore title. You saw the hardcore title?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. It would be cool if he had that.
I hope take it off of him. Give it to R-Truth.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
If they start playing his music and R-Truth's the one that comes out and he's like, "What?
Yeah,
something like that.
I'm good with
Find a
that.
use
Yeah,
for him.
yeah. So of course they got to have a big name come
Hmm.
out for the first night as far as a musical guest.
Yep.
They've used his
I
music
think they
before.
announced this back at SummerSlam.
Yeah, so it's pretty it's cool. It's cool. I don't listen to his music, but I mean, as long as he brings the energy, man.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
will. I think he's been on before. So
What's next, baby?
next up, this might break some people's hearts.
Oh.
The John Cena farewell tour
Starts
starts tomorrow.
tomorrow. How are you booking John Cena?
We're gonna get into that because I've marked out the first feud that I see him going for. Okay, John Cena's debuting tomorrow, or not? Why do I keep saying debut? John Cena's showing up tomorrow for the last time on his new
To the
tour.
start of his last run.
Started the last run on his new tour. We're hoping he shows up in Ohio at some point so we can go see him.
Yeah.
But
you can't see him.
a lot of people there's talk. There's been talk that Logan Paul's been running his mouth. And we know that Logan Paul's gonna be showing up on this card because he was at the press event. Sadly, he's gonna be there. But I don't think he's gonna be the one that talks to John Cena tomorrow night. Because there's a person who has a certain title that John Cena needs to round out his Grand Slam championship that we haven't seen for the past week or two. At least I don't think we have. I think he's gonna start talking to Braun Breaker, and I think this is gonna lead into a Braun Breaker feud going into Rumble season, or even outside of Rumble season, because I think John is gonna be in the Rumble. But I think they're gonna start this tour off letting John Cena be the Grand Slam champion. It's the one title he needs. Why else would Braun Breaker have stripped it off of Jey Uso right away? You don't want John Cena to take it off of a babyface, unless you're having to be a heel for this run.
I don't know. I think my how do I even put it?
You want this or you want Logan Paul?
No, I don't want Logan Paul. What I'm saying is the vision I have, what I hope happens for John Cena. I'll be honest with you, all right? I want to see John Cena go into the Rumble and lose.
Yeah.
I want to see John Cena make it into the Elimination Chamber and lose. I want to see him go into a fatal four-way for the number one contender and lose. Then I want to see him go into the Money in the Bank and win.
Hmm?
Then I want to see him go on his winning streak. And go on his winning streak. And go on his winning streak. And then eventually what I want to see him is I want to see him break the record, Ric Flair's record. Why? Ric Flair is my generation. He's my generation. He's not your generation, Nacho.
No.
He's not
No, he said he
myself's
has one more.
generation.
He said he has one more match left in him.
Stop.
On the record, he said he has one more match.
Ric Flair is my generation. John Cena is you guys' GOAT. He's your generation's GOAT. Point blank. You cannot argue that John Cena is not the GOAT of professional wrestling in the
He's our
past
true childhood hero.
20 years. Look. So that's John Cena gonna be taking it all. I can see him becoming the Grand Slam champion, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Whether he takes the IC title or whether he doesn't beat, if he doesn't beat Braun Breaker for the title, it doesn't become Grand Slam champion. If he doesn't beat Ric Flair's record, to me that doesn't change anything of his legacy. The guy's a goat.
True.
The guy's just great, man. I mean, he really did his thing. When I look at the goats of professional wrestling, in my most humble opinion, when I look at who in professional wrestling is the greatest of all time, okay?
Mount
You
Rushmore.
gotta have Stone Cold Steve Austin up there. Why? Because of the amount of money that he brought into the company. You gotta have someone like a Shawn Michaels, like a Ric Flair, like a Rock. But if you're gonna leave John Cena off that Mount Rushmore, that's ridiculous. No, because in my opinion, Nacho, Mount Rushmore is not called Mount Rushmore. It's Mount Hogan. He is the damn mountain. And then you put your four faces, whoever you want to put on Mount Hogan. Because Hulk Hogan took little old wrestling and brought it into the media, brought it into the main stage. So that's another topic for another day. It's going to be very interesting what they do with John Cena. I'm looking forward to seeing John. I just don't want to see John Cena come back and lose. He's been doing that for the past 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said this, because I think you start it with the big win. Comes a grand slam, then he starts to lose and lose and lose and lose. Then he can win the Money in the Bank and then finish off on an upward trajectory. Because if he comes back and he starts talking smack and then he gets another Austin Theory cheat to win, that's going to – they can't do that to him.
Right.
So maybe a quick little jump, bring it back down, then bring it back up at the end. I don't know.
I hope you're right, because I definitely don't want to see John. I'm tired of seeing him lose, man.
He's been losing too much.
Last little run just made me mad. And my son said he saw a video of John Cena was talking to a fan, and John Cena had a hat on, and it looked like John Cena's hair was really, really short. So maybe he's coming back like Cena, like oh,
I think they showed that. Yeah, I think somebody saw him on the street and he didn't have a hat. He was sitting down on a curb or something. He took his hat off and you could see he had a buzz.
Well, good,
because he just finished filming Peacemaker.
Ball spot too.
He just finished filming, so I think he doesn't need to have the hair anymore because he finished filming what he was filming.
Let's go. What's on the next topic, Nacho?
Next up. Okay, we kind of already covered this. Logan Paul's coming out. You may like him. He sucks. Just face it, okay? He's good in the ring. He's a terrible person. But if he starts running his mouth, people kept saying he was going to have a match with Cena at Mania. A lot of people said that was a bad idea, especially those involved in WWE. I don't think that's happening anymore. But the person who did come out and talk to him at the press event that happened last month that is not on this card, oddly enough, even though they're also a world champion. You can bet yourself that Gunther is going to come out, and he did say he was going to chop the life out of him. So let's just move on from that because I don't want to talk about that guy anymore.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see Gunther on Netflix. Next up,
absolutely,
we have a big title match.
I want to talk about this. Yep, let's go.
We have a big title match between the WWE Women's Champion Liv Morgan. Is it the heavyweight champion or is it just the? I don't know what her title is called. Women's World Champion versus Mommy Rhea Ripley, and it is also a last woman standing match now, right?
Yeah. Nacho,
what's happening?
Hopefully, this is the last time I see these two against each other. I'm done.
Yeah. At least for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm done. Mommy reclaiming her title, absolutely, Chase. I agree with you 100%. My son says the same thing, and he also tells me, Dad, my son loves Rhea Ripley. He loves Liv Morgan. I mean, he's like, yeah, Dad, that's fire. Those two women are fire. But even he doesn't want to see this match anymore. Let it be it. This is it. I'm over it. I am so over it. It's been going on way, 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 way too long. The back
Yeah.
and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth. To me, they've milked this as long as they could. Let this be the be all end all. Let Rhea get her belt back.
Okay.
Liv get drafted over to SmackDown or something like that. Go after that title or something like that. Get away from Dominic. Say that I set you up or whatever it is they're gonna do. Break up the
Hey,
Judgment Day, but they got to go away from this.
it would be interesting to see Dominic getting pulled between both shows in a sense because they had the little tease with Tiffy. She said, "If I have this belt, is he going to come with me?" Seems like he just follows the person with the belt. We have both of these people on the different brands. It would be interesting to see Dominic getting pulled both directions on both shows. But I agree with you. I'd like to see Rhea reclaim her title. I want to see this feud over with because I don't know. I feel like even with the Terror Twins, it kind of just halted all the attraction they had with that, and now that group is seemingly split up. But um, before I go into my next point, does the last woman standing match mean that Judgment Day is able to get involved?
Yeah, because it's basically anything goes.
Okay, so we know that they're all going to get involved. Damien might come out and help Rhea then, but somebody else that I've been wondering about that has been advertised in the commercials for Netflix is Becky Lynch making a comeback?
I hope so. I would like to see Becky come back.
Because it was when kind of this feud all really took off when Becky won the title from Liv after Rhea got injured. So they're all kind of involved in this. I think especially because she's been advertised in the promotion for Netflix in that really brief clip of her standing in the ring. I think it would be a great time for her to pop back in. Seth Rollins said expect some big surprises. So I think this is when Becky Lynch comes back into wrestling. I don't think she's gonna maybe she costs Liv Morgan. I don't think it's gonna be where she costs Rhea and then it just keeps the feud going even longer. I think it's gonna be where Rhea wins and maybe she feuds with Becky after that or something. I don't know.
As long as they go past this feud, man. But yeah, I would like to see Becky come back. Obviously, it's been way too long. And I miss the man. She's the man.
Yeah.
She's the man. And when she comes back, she's going after that title on any brand. So she's earned it. What else we got, Nacho?
We also have. I was going to do this match before the women's match, but I think it also will tie in to the final match on my card. We'll talk about after, but we have Jey Uso,
leader of the new faction,
the main event that's not always in the main event, facing off against Drew McIntyre himself. This match isn't for anything, but you can bet yourself they're going to put on a show. This would be a great show opener. Honestly, not opener, but first match.
Quick, who you got?
I gotta choose. Okay, Chase is saying DM Hunk. Just to go against him, I'm gonna pick Jey Uso. You don't look like you feel confident about that one.
Drew McIntyre is winning this. Why? Because
Drew McIntyre is probably winning this, but I'm still gonna root for Jey. Okay.
He's gonna be the leader of a new faction.
Ooh, is it gonna be the Samoan Killers?
No, I think
he's going after the bloodline.
I think it's gonna be the NWO. I think it's gonna be
who's he gonna have with him?
McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins.
Ooh.
A heel faction. They're going to call it the NWO. I got this gut feeling. Watch your back. They kept saying that. The way Kevin Owens came in the ring, attacked Cody last night, what did he do? He looked back at Drew, like getting an approval. I think that's what's going to happen.
Why Seth, though?
You picked Jey. You think that it could be Drew. I think it's Drew. Chase thinks it's Drew. Go on. Let's go on to the next one because it's going to tie into this match.
Okay, I will say.
Yeah.
I will say, because this is why I put this right before the next match. There could be something involving other people in this match Jay's got his brother, and he's got another Uso brother, Sammy and Jimmy. They could get involved. Drew could injure them somehow. Something could happen with them. But that's going to play into the final match on the card.
Well,
Tribal Combat.
Time out. You missed one.
Which one did I miss?
You missed CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
I did miss that one.
Now, hold on. Don't worry about it.
We're going to backtrack.
Yeah, hold on. So, the reason I say CM Punk and Seth Rollins ties into the Drew McIntyre one is because I think CM Punk is going to lose. Or he wins by disqualification. I think they're going to come in, they're going to jump Drew, CM Punk. And I think this is when Seth Rollins turns heel.
So you think Punk is going to lose to Seth?
Either
Seth's going to turn heel
because of outside interference, or he wins by disqualification because of outside interference. You understand what I'm saying? Either the referee says, "Oh, I saw what you did, ring the bell," or the referee didn't see what happened, and CM Punk's knocked out, and Seth Rollins wins because of Drew McIntyre. Kevin Owens is going to have to get involved somehow, some way.
Drew would keep getting the feud with Punk.
This faction, man.
You think they're really going to call it the NWO, or you think they're going to do something different?
You know why? Because they've been trying. NWO is still to this day one of the hottest selling T-shirts they have.
True.
And I think if you bring that name back, it has a legacy. A lot of people think it's a cool shirt to own. They're going to be super over. And you can go so much with that. You can do so much with that. Yes. And it's also nostalgic. People like that. People like that feeling when they go, oh, 1997 or 1996. What a year. New world order. I don't know.
Huh. I agree with you, Ben. That makes a lot of sense.
Dang. Now we can go to Roman and Solo. I love you, Solo.
So we both agree Punk's losing. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then the final match, the actual final match on the card, Tribal Combat.
But if I'm not mistaken, this isn't the main event.
I don't know if they've said the main event.
I swear I heard that the main event was CM Punk.
Oh, I think I saw that too online too.
But anyway,
that would be a crazy way. If that's when the faction starts, that would be a crazy way to end the show. Is to have that faction
like
drop.
That. You go off the air like that.
So maybe they open with this.
Right here is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. What do you do if Solo loses? The whole new bloodline thing just explodes. That's it. You gotta have Solo win.
Or, okay.
Because Paul Heyman has to turn on Roman Reigns.
Well, okay. Let's get into this before we break down what could happen with the actual match. If Solo loses, you could move into questioning who the tribal chief should be in that, and have him feud with Jacob Fatu. Maybe. But
I think The Rock is the one that's going to get involved in this.
So we got Jacob Fatu that could play a role in this match. Praying to Solo. We got Paul Heyman.
Hold on. Before you say anything about Paul Heyman, so do you think that Jacob Fatu is in favor of Solo, or you think he might turn on Solo?
No, I think he's in favor of Solo. The only way I think he would turn on Solo is if Solo loses. Then he would question his role as the tribal chief, or if Jacob should be the one.
Okay, so then we got Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman. And the stipulation with Paul Heyman is that he's going to be holding the Ulufala.
Yep.
For the match. And whoever wins, he has to place it on them. And he has to acknowledge them. And if it's Solo, he can never go back to Roman Reigns.
Nope. He's going to be Solo's wise man. That's why I think Paul Heyman turns on Roman.
Paul Heyman, also, when he was on SmackDown on Friday, did a very similar hand signal to another person that has also announced they're going to be on Raw tomorrow night on their Instagram. The Rock. He did the 3 that The Rock keeps doing. Nobody else really does that this way instead of this way. He did the 3 when he was talking.
But I think The Rock, between The Rock and Paul Heyman, is why Solo wins. Think about it for a second. It allows The Rock and Roman for WrestleMania. It allows Rock and Roman for WrestleMania. Okay?
Yeah.
You let Roman finally go on that baby face run without having no one at his side. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. So if you have Rock, between Rock and Paul Heyman, costs Roman. Remember, it's a tribal combat, so it's basically anything goes.
Yeah.
It's anything goes. So it's set up for Roman to lose. I just think that's the way you got to go with it. And I'm liking Roman. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that if Roman ain't got that many more years in the WWE. Let's be real. Solo has a long career if he can stay healthy. So why kill that? Why kill it? And then you have so many people in that family that have been confirmed that they've signed with the WWE. So if it's a family tribal combat, right, we can finally see a bunch of new members come out.
3 things.
Tell me.
First thing. Do we see Zilla Fatu?
Too early.
Too early? He's been training with Booker.
And he's been doing really good. I don't think he's known too much for him to make an impact.
Second thing. Do we think Paul was hiding something? They randomly had him epic dodge metal detector when he was walking into SmackDown. Do we think he was hiding something?
What was he hiding? The new Who Will Follow title?
Maybe, I don't know. They didn't need to show him doing epic dodge around a metal detector and comment on it, but they did.
Michael Cole was like, somebody needs to check him.
Yeah.
Third
thing. If they open the show with this match, or this is just the first match of the night, let's say that Roman's bloodline comes out to help him. That would play into Jay's match if it happens after. Because let's say Jay gets hurt. Maybe he hurts his ankle, or he hurts his knee, or he hurts his shoulder eating. Something. He's going to be down for his match against Drew.
And remember what Drew said? Drew said, remember, I think it was with Cody. Was it Cody?
It was whoever he was feuding with. No, it was Seth.
He was like, it was Seth. He was like, you're always concerned with them, and you don't need to be concerned with them. You need to focus on your title, right?
He's like, I want you 100%, and you keep getting involved in their stuff.
Do the same thing with Jay.
Yeah,
I wanted you 100%. Look, man, you made it to the ring. His promo on the following week will be insane. But I go back to, I really think it's setting something up. We're going to see a lot of good stuff, man. We're going to see a lot of good stuff.
It's going to be crazy.
What else we got, man?
This, I didn't make a slide for, but I'm just going to throw it out there because I think that WWE dropped the ball on the storyline, and I think they need to keep the momentum they have going into whatever they're going into. Coming out of their loss against American Made. American Made is getting moved onto SmackDown. We've been hearing that they're getting moved as part of the transition period. So is Drew McIntyre, and then I think Sami Zayn as well. Alpha Academy has had no momentum for the past several weeks. They've been used as punching bags. Otis rarely gets into any matches. It's usually to Zawa. Maxine hasn't had any matches. Otis just had an amazing match against Chad Gable. And although he lost, I think they need to keep the momentum on him with the extra time, maybe extra time that they have now. And just give him stuff to work with to at least build him up to make him seem like more of a threat than like someone who could do the worm. I love him. I was freaking out during his match on Raw, but they need to just do something different with him and stop making them the comedic backstage people or like social media ad people. They need to like I don't know what they can do for the whole group, but for Otis at least, there's so many big guys. You got Bronson Reed. He's injured, but they got Bronson Reed. You got the War Raiders. You got to do something with him. He's like a wrecking ball, and he's one of the easiest people to defeat on the roster right now.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they give him something to do. Moving into the last topic, unless there's anything else you want to throw out there real quick, stuff that you picked up on, anything you're excited for?
No, go right ahead.
We've been getting teased. We've been getting little snippets, little images, little whatever you want to call it. Kind of like when the Wyatts were about to debut. Little teasers. Starting off with this. Some people might say, just a circle with a line through it. Oh, lost Spanish fly. I'm going to keep going. I'm not sure what. I think he's down here. Hang on 1 second. Paul. Are you back?
Yeah, it went dead.
Okay, there's going to be an echo just please.
Okay.
Okay. Little circle with a line. Then you see a star. A pentagram. Then this is a dead giveaway of who this has all been in reference to. We have some alternate brand.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pentagon.
Teaming up with Rey Mysterio.
Settle. I'm hyped.
Yeah, I'm hyped too. I wish his brother was with him. We know that he'll be over as well. I cannot wait to see this man in the WWE telling stories. Telling stories. Nacho, it goes back to the same thing all the time. If you could tell a story, Hulk Hogan, in my opinion, the greatest wrestler of all time. He only had 3 moves. John Cena only has a few moves. Stone Cold only has a few moves. But they knew how to tell a story. And because they were able to tell a story, it made them amazing. Just like Ray was a former world heavyweight champion, this man could be the same thing. Andrade could be the same thing because they could tell a story. Where they were before, which I'm not going to say the name of the company because I'm tired of it, they don't know how to tell stories. They just let everybody go there and flippity flip, 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 flip. And look what happens. Look at Ricochet right now.
He's toilet paper.
He's throwing toilet paper at the guy. And then he says that he has AEW. He's carrying AEW. What? Bruh, I'm so excited for Penta Cero Miedo. I can't wait when he's in that ring and he does the Cero Miedo. That place is going to erupt. You know how much merchandise they're going to sell because of his mask?
Oh, I
God,
want one of those masks. I need one of those masks.
I'm excited. I wish Raw was. I wish we were about to watch Raw now. I can't wait. I can't wait. Nacho, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for tomorrow, 8 o'clock. As a matter of fact, Nacho, what are you available Tuesday?
Yeah.
In the afternoon?
Uh-huh.
Let's go live Tuesday and talk about Raw.
Okay.
I'm saying it right here live, right now. That way we can be held accountable for it. Tuesday, I want everybody to join us at 5 o'clock, whatever it is, 5 o'clock. We're going to talk about Raw. And we're going to go match by match. And we're going to talk about how we felt the first night on Netflix was. Hopefully, it's not like the boxing match they had that froze up every 2 minutes. So, I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for tomorrow night.
It's gonna be crazy.
What else we got, brother?
That's all I got.
That's all I got. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a treat tomorrow night live. Only on Netflix starting at 8 o'clock. It's Monday Night Raw. WWE is coming to Netflix. I'm excited. I hope your subscription is paid up, ready to go. I guess we can drop Peacock now.
They still got.
But
I don't. They might have the pay-per-views on there still. I think.
And something my son pointed out to me right now, Netflix is showing old WWE stuff. And you know how when you watch it on Peacock or even on the WWE network, whenever they swore, they bleeped it out. When Stone Cold stuck up his middle finger, they blurred it out. And they always had the turnbuckles that said WWF back then. It would always be blurred out and they wouldn't say the words WWF. Not on Netflix. On Netflix, they're saying WWF. They're not bleeping out the cuss words. And Stone Cold's finger is not blurry when he flicks you off. So get ready. If tomorrow is the start of a new era in WWE, it might go back to the way it was in the Attitude Era. It might change. It might be TV 14 or something like that. Or who knows what they're going to do. But I'm excited and I cannot wait to talk to you all about it on Tuesday. Right here, only on the Curtain Call Podcast. Nacho, do you have any last things to say, brother?
No, I'm just excited for this new era. I'm excited to share it with y'all. I'm excited to see where we go from here.
There you go. Well, that's my tag team partner, Nacho. I'm your boy, the Spanish Fly. And remember, here at the Curtain Call Podcast, man, it feels so good to be back. I know it was a long time, but one thing that we all know that we do here at the Curtain Call Podcast is that we always kick out at 2. Too sweet me. I'll talk to you guys Tuesday. Nacho, let's go, baby. Let's